Walmart Spark is built different from every other gig app. They own the drivers, they own the products, they own the app, and they own the customers. But also different from every other gig app, they don't encourage or reward drivers for having a higher acceptance rate. They say acceptance rate doesn't matter, which is weird because literally every other gig app says that it does and they make more money by doing it. It's weird because why would they not try to make more money? Well, that's a two-part answer, with the second part being potentially catastrophic for Walmart Spark drivers that want to be independent contractors and don't want to be employees. But first, the first part, bots. Now, I'm not going to dwell on this because I've already made a video about this, but bots and hacking basically cause acceptance rate to be compromised. Many people have reported getting offers and they even see a timer on it, and before they can even have a chance to screen the offer, it's gone off their screen. Somebody else has already accepted that offer. Now, when an offer has a timer on it, that offer is being offered directly to the driver. Any offer that you see a timer on is not a first come, first served offer, and it's definitely being hacked if it's all of a sudden being accepted by somebody else. It's literally so bad now, you can actually find videos on YouTube of people demonstrating the hack, showing you the access, which I'll show here for just educational purposes only, but I'm not providing any links. You can find it yourself if you're into that type of thing. But just a disclaimer, don't buy these things. They just steal your information and drain your account, so you can't say that you weren't warned. Now, as for the second reason, it's based on the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, Walmart Spark is built different from every other gig app. And as such, the line between independent contractor and employee is thinner on Walmart Spark than on any other gig app. Once again, they control your access, the platform, the product, and the customers. Now, when you compare that to DoorDash, for example, which only owns the app, while they have some access to the customers in the market, drivers can still deliver DoorDash or deliver food from Uber Eats, Grubhub. The customers have more options. The restaurants have more options. It's not just a one direction, both ways type of solution. But because of this thinner line, it makes Walmart Spark an easier target for litigation from both the government and gig workers. Now stick with me for a second while I walk you down this rabbit hole. Because if in addition to controlling as much as they do, they were also penalizing you for not having a high enough acceptance rate, as they were previously doing, they were deprioritizing you by prioritizing other drivers with a higher acceptance rate. That would be borderline illegal, and here's why. Acceptance rate by itself is not illegal. Acceptance rate wasn't a thing that existed in the area of independent contracting prior to the existence of gig apps. Now, to be specific, what is illegal is penalizing an independent contractor for declining work. That is illegal. Not giving an independent contractor future offers based on the fact that they didn't accept your past job offers. That's where legality starts to come into play. By the way, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not legal advice. This ain't legal advice. This is just some dude telling you what he's read on the internet. But basically, this is where you hear drivers coming from when they talk about acceptance rate is illegal. And they say that these reward programs related to having a higher acceptance rate, like Top Dasher or what Spark previously had, are borderline illegal or are illegal in their eyes. This is where that comes from. But here's why they're all wrong, and here's how the gig apps get around it. There's technically no penalty for declining orders. There's just benefits and rewards for accepting more orders. Whether that be Top Dasher or the old program that Walmart Spark had, where if you got higher than a 40% acceptance rate, you're more likely to get orders. By the way, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists that believe that still exists. You got to make your own decisions. So why does this even matter? This is actually the basis of some recent litigation against Walmart Spark in the state of Washington. The lawsuit says that we're not independent contractors, we're employees, basically for all of the reasons I stated previously above, that thin line, etc. And similar to the law that recently passed in New York that we should be getting paid more at a minimum wage amongst other things, but a little bit different than New York. The plaintiff in this case isn't trying to change the laws in their state. They're trying to change the way the entire platform works. Because if we're employees of Walmart Spark, it's not just people in the state of Washington, it's everybody using the Walmart Spark platform. And additionally, to the case in Washington, they also set their case up pretty intelligently, and here's why. They're suing, saying that the amount that the Spark drivers earn is under minimum wage. Now, the thing is, the state of Washington literally has the highest minimum wage in America. As of January 1st, in the state of Washington, minimum wage is $16.28. You've seen those $7.50, $8, $9 orders, along with the long wait times. They're not averaging $16 an hour with those orders and with those wait times. So now you add on acceptance rate and all the things I mentioned earlier, and this really doesn't look good for Walmart Spark as far as opposing this case. Now, another thing in this case, the plaintiff is also trying to make it a class action lawsuit, of course, getting more people involved in the case. Once again, trying to impact the status of all Walmart Spark drivers. The complaints in the case, the plaintiff, they allege that, and tell me if you agree with this, if this has ever happened to you, if you think this guy has a case. He was told an order was ready for pickup, and then when he got there, he was actually made to wait for the order, and he was not paid for the wait time. Let me know if that's ever happened to you and if you think he has a legitimate complaint there. Now, I will say that Walmart recently added a little bit of paid wait time, but let me know if you think that's worth it or not. I'm pretty sure it doesn't come out to $16.28 an hour based on whatever rate it is they have. Another complaint, it says drivers are expected to collect orders within 10 minutes. Basically, we're expected to be there and get the order within 10 minutes, but some drivers have reported waiting for over an hour for an order. Let me know if that's happened to you or if you know anybody that's ever happened to. Let me know if there's a legitimate complaint there. Another complaint, a Walmart manager gave the plaintiff detailed instructions on how to load the order, and if he didn't follow his instructions, he would cancel the order, revoking his pay. He said the Walmart manager was supervising him during the loading of the shipment into his vehicle. If he's not an employee, why is he being supervised? Let me know if this sounds like he has a legitimate complaint. Now, I'm pretty sure I personally have read stories about all these things and experienced a decent amount of them, but basically these are the complaints, and in return, these are the demands. Number one, if Spark drivers were to be classified as employees, they'd want the minimum wage of $16.28 per hour. I'm pretty sure Walmart doesn't want to make their Spark drivers minimum wage per hour $16.28. That's where they're starting at. Shout out to that dude for, setting this up in Washington. Once again, I told you, setting up this case pretty intelligently. Additionally, they want an overtime premium, paid sick time, as well as mandatory rest and meal breaks. So what are your thoughts? Do you think it'll happen? Will Walmart Spark in the state of Washington keep Spark employees as independent contractors, or will they change them and make them employees and therefore make employees of Walmart Spark drivers nationwide? Do you want to be an employee or do you want to be an independent contractor? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think they'll come to some kind of settlement and meet in the middle and have some type of advanced New York, California type of package? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And by the way, when I was making this video, it also came out that President Biden and the Department of Labor are changing the rules this week when it comes to independent contractors. And so that may have a big impact on Walmart Spark drivers, gig workers nationwide, and it may make this entire case a moot point. So if that does change things, I'll make a follow-up video. Be on the lookout for that and my reaction to that when that rule drop and those changes happen as well. Now, if you want to continue this conversation, feel free to join me in the Discord, link in the description section in the pinned comment below. Totally free to join, by the way. And if you got value out this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. And regardless of the outcome of this case and the upcoming Department of Labor changes, one thing that's for certain is that it doesn't matter if you're an employee or an independent contractor if you're not getting any orders. So if you've ever had problems getting orders on Walmart Spark and want to know how to fix it, then watch this video now.